Tokyo Revengers is a 2021 anime adaptation of manga by Ken Wakui. Tokyo Revengers is taking over the fans with its very first episode. It could potentially one of the most talked anime of the season by the time the series comes to an end. I can say that Tokyo Revengers will become the best anime of summer 2021. To be frank, I did got that this is an erased version 2 or similar like Steins Gate. But Tokyo Revengers is no ordinary plot. When Takemichi hears about the death of his middle school girlfriend at the hands of Tokyo Manji gang, he can barely remember her face. But when he is almost in the face of death, all he got to think is of her. Tokyo Revengers track the story of Takemichi Hanagaki as he jumps through the time leap to save his ex-girlfriend, Hinata Tachibana. Tokyo Revengers episode 1 opens with a news report about the mass murder caused by the Tokyo Manji gang. Two people who were killed in that accident were Naoto Tachibana and his sister, Hinata Tachibana. Takemichi, the person watching the news, realizes that he had dated this girl back in middle school. But all he remembers about her are only few facial features like short hair, mole, and her smile. The first time leap. Thinking about his motionless life, Takemichi is waiting for the train. It is just then that someone pushes him on the track. He watches the train coming in front of him about to crash. Moments before his so-called death, Takemichi has a vision of Hinata. Next, when he opens his eyes, Takemichi finds himself on a train. He meets 4 people that he recognizes as his middle school friends. He is now dressed in baggy pants and an unbuttoned shirt, and he wears his dyed hair spiked upwards. Takemichi has leaped through time and reached 12 years in the past, to when he was a middle schooler. Unable to grasp the situation, Takemichi and his friends go to a restaurant to eat, where he met with more news. From the conversation between their 4 friends, he understands that they are about to pick up a fight with other school. Atsushi point out that they had upper hand since the Takemichi's cousin is the leader of the third year delinquents. So, they go to park to fight with second year of Shibuya third mid. When it all began, Takemichi and his friends waited at the park but no one shows up. When they are about to leave, they are shocked when the third years of Shibuya third mid shows up. Scared that, they took up Takemichi's cousin's name but realized that he is just a pawn of the group. He had been showing off in front of Takemichi's with lies. Takemichi remembers his past as he and his friends were beaten up by the third year as his cousin watched. After Takemichi and his friends were beaten up severally for the first time, they had become slaves for them. Finding no way, Takemichi ran off from his hometown and took up a part-time jobs. He wasn't good at anything and often keeps apologizing. His adult personality was thus built up after this very fight. Takemichi remembers about Hinata and runs to the school to find her address. Once he finds out where she lives, he goes to meet her. He breaks out in tears as he is overwhelmed by all the feelings he had for her. The promise. After leaving Hinata's house, Takemichi comes to a park where he reflects upon his life. He notices 3 delinquents bullying a younger boy. Already frustrated, Takemichi heads their way and beats them up. He breaks the bottle they had brought along with him. They were afraid and they ran away. He is almost about to move on, but he is called by the boy who was getting bullied. He tells Takemichi to dispose the bottle because the shards of the glasses could hurt someone. Agreeing to the possibility, he wraps it in a piece of cloth and throws it in the bin. The younger boy introduces himself as Naoto Tachibana. Immediately taken in by a surprise, Takemichi talks to him about Hinata. Out of sheer desperation to save her in the future, he tells Naoto about the time leap. Takemichi asks Naoto to save himself and his sister from the upcoming fate 12 years later. He tells him to remember the date, 4th July 2017. Naoto is shocked but he believes him. Takemichi asks him to promise that he will save his sister. As they shake their hands, Takemichi is taken back to 2017, to his present. He finds himself on a hospital bed. He asks a cop about how he was saved. The cop points out to a person in a grey suit. On being asked, he was introduced himself as Naoto Tachibana. Naoto reveals that he is only alive because of the Takemichi's warning in the past. He studied hard and became a detective, and also saved Takemichi. However, he was unable to save his sister. The mission. Naoto explains that Sano, Manjiro and Kisaki meet each other 8 years ago, and they shouldn't have to meet each other. That's the only way to save Hinata. In order to protect Hinata, Takemichi has to go back in time. For that, Naoto explains that their shake hand is a trigger for the time leap. After he goes back to his high school time, he challenges Kiyomasa senpai to have one-on-one fight.
Kiyomasa senpai!
He had no chances to win, but he keeps pushing forward, and that very act moved everyone deep. Suddenly, Vice President of Tokyo Manji gang
Ryoguji Ken arrives along with the president himself, Manjiro Sano. Everyone bows down with respect and fear as a honor. Both Ryoguji and Manjiro beats the hell out of that Kyomosa. Manjiro goes near Takemichi and says from now he is his buddy. At that moment, Takemichi and his friends need not to be any slave, but Takemichi was panicked that now he went from being a slave of Kyomosa to a toy of monster. Next, all of a sudden, Ryoguji and Manjiro appears in his school and calling him in the middle of the class to play. Takemichi was left in shock how Manjiro treats him. Then all of a sudden, Hinata comes in the scream and slaps Manjiro, taking back Takemichi. Then our boy Takemichi's nuts were frozen as hell. Ryuguji came there to threaten Hinata, but then our boy Takemichi gets against both Manjiro and Ryuguji. This part of Takemichi moved both of them deeply and said that everyone can fight but no one has guts to stand for what they want. I want you to join in Tokyo Manji gang. Think about it. While Takemichi was thinking about the possible events, then he gets to know that Manjiro is not a bad guy. He is kind-hearted. Then he encountered a stranger and thinks that he is so familiar to him in this recent time. He is actually none other than Kisaki, the one who will meet with Manjiro and create crimes. So, that's it the story till now. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys in another video.